Welcome. Let me know how the audio is. I got a mic again. Also, different glasses today, and they're hurting my ears super bad. So I'm probably gonna have a really bad migraine. Anyway, let's stay hopeful for the day. I hurt both of my thumbs last week. They don't look that bad anymore, but I ripped both of them. So that sucks. And I'm supposed to deadlift again today. I don't know if I'm gonna use straps today. I hate using straps, but I might have to. So, starting out with pre-workout. High stim Gorilla Mine, code beef, watermelon flavor. I don't know if the formula makes it taste different, but I think I like watermelon nitric the best and blue raspberry high stim the best. I did bring Apollo to the gym. I used to bring Apollo to the gym with me, good humaning, thank you. I used to bring him all the time, but then if you guys heard, he started getting out of the enclosure. Hi, Pookie. Handsome pig. Look how handsome. He's the best pig. He's the best boy. You're such a good boy. I feel like he could bench a lot if he could bench, because his arms are kind of skinny, but he has short arms. But he is so strong. He could move. He could knock these over if he wanted to, and these are heavy, I couldn't tell you in weight how heavy they are, but they're heavy. I don't know what my Spotify Wrapped would be like this year, because I've been listening to a lot of SoundCloud. And I feel like my brain is not as fun as it used to be, so my music isn't as fun. It's week 5 of my program. We have pull-ups, 5 sets of AMRAP. I usually just do 10 pull-ups because usually the last 2 sets are kind of bungus anyway. Deadlift 4x4 at 80%. That's gonna be tough because both my thumbs are ripped. And then Nordic curls and farmer carries. So that's what we got for today. And then we're obviously gonna run back and forth with Apollo and Kit. The best exercise for runners? I don't know, skipping? I always feel like that's good. I'm not really like sprinting. I don't know. I have pretty stubby legs. I'm not very fast. I remember I used to walk a lot more than I walk now. Golden era. And I was walking at night along the beach. And I was like, you know what? I think that I should start sprinting so that I can get faster in case anyone attacks me. The first thing you want to do if someone attacks you is run away. Don't fight back. Unless you have to fight back, then fight back. But I was like, okay, given my odds, if a man specifically attacks me, I'm not going to have a good time. First of all, straight for the eyeballs. Everyone says kick them in the balls. Don't do that. No balls. No balls. Especially if they're filled with adrenaline. If you kick them in the balls, it's probably not going to do anything. So you have to go for the eyeballs. Eyeballs. Anyway, that's a pro hack. But so I was like, I need to work on my running so that I can run faster. So I started doing sprints on the beach and timing them. And I kid you not, I was so slow. I was like, all right, I got to be honest with myself. Realistically, if I try to run away from someone, they're catching me. So that's not an option. Now I do need to work on my fighting skills because I'm not going to be able to run away fast enough. I gave the cat a bath because she's super stinky. She's still stinky. I think she farts. Also, she pooped on my carpet twice last night. And I woke up in the middle of the night, probably at 2 a.m. And I was like, oh man, it smells like poop. And then I got up for a second and looked around and I was like, where did she poop? And I couldn't find it. So I was like, oh, maybe she was just farting really aggressively. And then when I got up, I was like, nah, I gotta look for that. And she pooped behind my bed twice. Anyway, well, you can't really see them, but yeah, I gave her a bath and she didn't really enjoy it. And still stinky, so. These cuts remind me of, I used to have a pet squirrel a really long time ago, and I used to work at a cafe. So when I had this squirrel and I worked at the cafe simultaneously, my arms and my hands were cut up like this all the time because squirrels are like nature's crackhead, and the squirrel would just like climb my body and scratch me. And I was working the cash register, and this older guy, I don't know how old he was, you'd probably classify as like a boomer, is ordering. And he was like, "Do you cut yourself?" And I just looked at him, and I didn't say this, but I was thinking it. I was like, what an absolutely unhinged thing to say to a stranger and someone working, like your server. I was like, what the hell? But I also didn't want to tell him I had a squirrel, so I just said, no, actually I have a cat. And he said, oh, okay, I'd like the number 3, or whatever he said. And I was like, oh my God, no way. And I think about that sometimes. If I was someone that did that though, I'm sure he says that to people that do that. What do they say? They're just like, yeah, you got me. Mental health issues. Imagine I was just like, yeah, what are you gonna do about it, Buster? Get out of my restaurant. I'm not done warming up. Let's get a band. How many pull-ups can I do? I usually don't do more than 10 at a time. I don't think I've actually gotten like stronger, especially in that motion, in the last like several years. I've just gotten heavier, so I've gotten worse.